All right, let's quickly talk about what we may witness coming for this week price session on the S&P here, Spider. So let's talk about what we can possibly prepare for coming days here. So obviously we've been talking a lot about this September island down gap. As you can see, we actually been talking about this since September of last year, so it's been quite some time. This has been the kryptonite for the buyers, and every single time the market will get up there anywhere close to 420. Well, 420 is very prevalent level right now. Everybody understand that 420 is the important level. Even I think a lot of bears are thinking that as long as they can protect and defend 420, that they will be okay. So I think there's some truth to that. I've been talking about this. This is the Boss Bears Command Center. This island, this is the only island down gap that bears have. As you can see, as I zoom out here, there are no other island. There are a few other down gaps, right? There are down gap from January of 2022, and then from last August. There are two down gaps remaining above it, but this is the only island down gap, right? And this is the level the sellers, the bears must defend, because if you allow the bulls to reclaim, if you allow the bulls destroy and attack the command center, it will be extremely difficult for the sellers to slow down the bulls. Keep in mind though, buyers have their own island up gap. Do you guys remember from May? They opened up rather large up gap here. As you can see, that's a classic, you know what I'm saying, textbook island gap. It closed here the day before. We gapped up pretty significantly. And ever since then, bulls opened up two more up gaps on top of that. That means bulls have gathered a lot of weapons here, and they're finally right on the front door of the Boss Bears Command Center. They're ready to battle and to destroy and completely dismantle this command center. So as you can see, this level here, 420, 422, is a extremely important level for both bulls and bears. So I'm gonna kind of lay down a couple possible scenarios going into tomorrow and possibly the next couple of days here. So near that, well, just got to the near the overbought level. It's getting very, very close to the extreme overbought. Last time we got there was during May. So bulls could potentially have one more update energy left. Very important thing right now here is that they do not want to waste this. They do not want to waste this momentum they've built in the last couple days, because every time when they waste that momentum, you see what happens. Boss bears come in and they shoot the bulls down quite fast. And this has been the case since September of last year. Bulls finally gathered the momentum one more time, got back up here. So bulls really need to finish the job here, because that oscillator is getting near to that overbought. Bulls will need to reset that at some point. But if you do not dismantle this command center, and if you allow this oscillator cross back down without completely, I mean complete, you cannot only feel a little bit of it, because last time they filled like 30% of that down gap, and then you see what happened, right? So they must fill the entirety of it, otherwise we're gonna see another turbulence in the coming days. So bulls must, going into tomorrow or Wednesday at the latest, they must go up and fill the entirety of this September island down gap, the Boss Bears Command Center, and completely neutralize And I don't mind after filling it, it's gonna act as resistance. You're gonna see this oscillator crossing back down. I don't mind this thing pulling back because once the command center is destroyed, we could see short-term pullback, maybe retest the micro-term moving average, and then just thrust right back above it, right? As long as this island down gap is open, you will face difficult market. The best case scenario at this point for the condition that we're in, the best case and the most possible, most smooth transition possible to the upside is gapping up above 422.16. So let's say tomorrow morning we gap up 422.17 or 20. That's only 0.5% gap up. 0.5. That's very much doable. 0.5 gap up, this one was like 0.5 gap up right here. That's all you need. You don't need a huge gap up. All you need is 0.5% gap up. Now for the sellers, obviously you do want to bears. You're desperately seeking to defend this level. If we do see this thing coming back down, there's 417 here. 417 has been acting as a pivot right here, as you can see. That's a prior resistance, prior support, and prior resistance. That's coinciding with my micro-term moving average, as you can see right here. The micro-term moving average been acting as support here, 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 all through a couple days, last week, and that's right there. That's coincides with the horizontal pivot at 417.82. So definitely that's gonna at least slow things down if we do see some sort of downturn. If we were to lose the micro term completely like it did last time right here, you can see when the micro term was lost, we went through at least 2 days of downturn. In the past, like for instance, like last year, early this year, when the micro term was lost near 420, like 417, 415, we saw huge tankage. We're talking tankage for weeks. And you guys remember that. So now that bulls got a lot of momentum on their side, the tankage it only lasted for a couple days. And nonetheless, we did see some downturn there. And thankfully, though, bulls do have a lot of support areas. You can see 417.82 with the micro term moving average. And then 415, this is a gap up area. And that's the vicinity. You know what I'm saying, coinciding with my short-term moving average. So you see all these levels are double supported. Now it's a different story. Both slowly gathering momentum, and S&P understand his brothers, semiconductor and the NASDAQ, they're very close to the all-time high level already. So the S&P wants to catch up to his brothers, right? As you can see here, semiconductor is up 45% year to date. NASDAQ is 30%. Keep in mind, semiconductor is only 8% or so away from all-time high level. So we have all these data and all these confidence that bulls been gathering up in the last month or two. Really last couple weeks, I think. Once that 420 level gets reclaimed, I think bulls are gonna start to find lots of momentum to the upside. I'm gonna come back for you. We'll reassess the situation. Enjoy your evening. Luck trading tomorrow.
Please remove any metallic items you're carrying, keys, loose change.